How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Sonic Adventure DX, where today we're going to be seeing the other side of the opinion from our heroes for the missile crisis. We're going to be looking at how Amy handles it. You know, this music doesn't really fit the mood, considering there's about to be a terrorist attack on this whole town.
Doing. He's always rescuing me, it seems. I should be more independent.
Oh, jeez, another one. So many abrupt decisions happening here.
You know, you sure surprised me by having a Chaos Emerald with you. No wonder they were after you, my feathered friend. Hey, a pendant! Wow!
Yeah, you guys remember that picture?
Have them captive now? I bet he does. So I'll help you find your family. I've come this far. I may as well go all the way. That robot said Dr. Eggman's base is in the Mystic Ruins. So what do you say we check it out?
Need I remind you, all of this is happening in the middle of a missile strike on the city. This is like, what the hell? And apparently they have trains running during a terrorist attack. Like, it's like they forgot all about what was going on in the story as soon as they decided, oh, hey, we'll do Amy's game now. Or maybe they did it before everyone else's or something. I don't know how they figured it out, but in any case, I guess Amy got to the Mystic Ruins somehow, so
robots have been seen entering and exiting.
Whatever, I don't know. Her eyes rolled in the back of her head there. What's up, dude? Oh, yeah, well, wait a minute. What did you guys do, like, patch up the mountain here? You can't just, there's no way they, like, super glued all the rocks back, and that's just ridiculous, come on. But yeah, that part's not open for Amy either, because she doesn't have a level over there, which makes even less sense. So anyway, we could go into the jungle to go and make some actual progress with Amy's plot, or we could do some more side quests! And yeah, Amy has to do this before she goes to her next stage, or else this power-up becomes locked off forever. So if you are wanting to get all of the power-ups, you'll want to do that now. There's actually a boat on the other side of the engine here that will take you to the dock in Station Square that I never really showed. I mean, it was kind of in the screen in like the first episode or the first couple of episodes of this playthrough. But I really didn't show where the dock is. It's just kind of like right next to where the hotel entrance is. It's a little bit off the street there. And don't ask me why I didn't take the monorail over here. I mean, I could have, because I just had to hit the little switch over there. But I don't know. It's not really, I didn't really have any reason for it, and I probably should have taken it because then Amy could have gotten up that slope a little bit easier. But at least I took it on the way out, so I guess there's that. But in any case, in order to get Amy's next upgrade, which is completely optional by the way, we have to beat our original score at Hedgehog Hammer, so we're gonna have to do that. And actually, I got a pretty decent run here. The stuff that came up, like I didn't really get any shenanigans where the shockwave kind of like hits any Eggmans or anything to that effect. If anything, the shockwaves actually helped out a little bit, as you'll see in a second here. Like, there you go. Like, how did I didn't even hit that Sonic over there, but I still got it. But anyway, yeah, I got a pretty decent run here. It wasn't too bad, and once I got to 4,000 points, I was like, that's pretty good. I'll probably just stop there. Why not? I mean, I've beaten my original score, and 4,000 seems like a pretty solid, even number. I was going to go for 4,500, but then I was like, I don't need 4,500. Because I think I recall that I may need to do this for emblems after this, and I did, so good thing I didn't.
Here's the long hammer. Your attack radius is now increased. Try the spin hammer attack.
So yeah, the long hammer is basically useless. It increases the radius of your spin hammer attack, and I don't know if it makes it take a little longer for Amy to get dizzy or not. Probably not, but it also increases the range of your regular melee attacks, so you can be a little farther from enemies before you swing your hammer and not get damage from that, which You would think they'd put that in for like the beginning of the game so that, you know, like people who are newer to the game don't have to worry too much about getting too close to do combat or something like that. And then at the end of the game they give you a hammer with a shorter range, but it's more powerful or something that I don't know. But then again, the hammer kills every enemy in one hit as it is, so I don't really know why they decided to put the long hammer in here. And I was having another derp moment there, but whatever. I skipped out on the trip back because I actually went on the Station Square boat a little bit just to kind of show it off, but then I realized this episode was taking too long as it is. So I skipped the trip, and I also skipped Amy climbing up the ladder as slow as she possibly could. So, and here's where the you can find out where the ship is going to go, where the egg carrier is. That guy will tell you either, hey, it's either in the jungle or it's in the ocean, so you might want to check one of those two. And technically, for the plot's sake, you're supposed to check the jungle first so that Amy can get through her next level, and then you're supposed to check the ocean. So, technically at this point, she's not supposed to know where the egg carrier is, but, whatever. I had to do it in order to get her power up, so whatever. I actually found a spot here where Amy could just run straight along the tree line and not fall down into the forest and have to worry about the path. I guess I've caught a part of it that didn't have any road underneath it, which is kind of cool. I guess it saves me a little bit of time of running around aimlessly in the jungle. But whether you fall into the jungle or not, you eventually have to come to this little bridge here.
I don't remember this bridge.
Well, it's been there a while, Amy. Although technically you weren't anywhere near this place for most of your story.
Dangerously suspicious. Wanna go?
I guess we could go inside. I mean, keeping with the whole Mysteries Inc. thing here, I suppose we could. And you guys have already seen Final Egg, well, this area of Final Egg, Eggman's Forest base here, so. Now here's something a little different. You have to do this puzzle in order to get into Amy's section of Final Egg. So basically what you want to do with this one, I just cut out my effing about with it right about here-ish. You want to get it so that there's one lit up on one side and two lit up on the other side, so the ones in the middle basically are not lit up. And then from there you just want to hit the one in the middle of those three that aren't lit up, and you should be fine.
Not you again!
This guy just doesn't give up, does he? But in any case, yeah, not really the greatest of explanations, I suppose. I mean, basically what happens is whenever you hit a button, that button and any button adjacent to it will also light up. So basically just play around with the buttons until you get it to like I showed you, and then hit the button in the middle of the three unlit buttons, and you'll be fine. So Final Egg is actually, you know, even though it's the intro stage for Gamma and it's pretty much a tutorial level, they actually have plenty of new and extra stuff in Amy's version of the level. I actually really like this stage, and I really think it's probably shows Amy's, you know, full arsenal of, you know, melee attacks and her platforming capabilities and all that stuff. I think it really showcases her pretty well, and I actually really do like this level. It's probably my favorite Amy stage in the game, not that there's many to choose from. Now, in this part, the elevator is supposed to come down after you press the switch, and Zero probably should have been running through that door to try to kill Amy, but I hit him, like, way back when he jumped into the room, so I kind of, I guess, glitched him a little bit in such a way that he didn't actually follow me into this room, and I don't know how I managed to not get dizzy there, but in any case, he didn't really follow me into the room. What you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to hide behind the boxes, and he might do, like, a, what's it called, a ground pound attack every now and again in there, but from what I understand from my own personal experience with that area from doing the A missions, he's pretty docile in that room, to be honest with you. And I made the stupid mistake of actually trying to get back into the barrel again, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really know why I was trying to get into the barrel here. I mean, I knew what happened from before, but I guess I was just trying to kind of like demonstrate it a little bit better here. I don't know, but in any case, I still got hit, and how many times have I said in any case yet in this little thing? Well, hopefully I'll just get out of that little jargon. But yeah, let's see. Okay, actually, before I explain that, there's 5 doors in this room, and apparently, from some random rumor, I heard that this room is supposed to be shaped like a Pokeball or something stupid like that, but I think that's just complete, like, shenanigans. I got lucky and hit the first door that I picked was the correct door, but you could have to explore up to 5 of those doors in order to find it. Basically, you'll just if it's not the correct door the first time you try it, you'll get an Eggman symbol, and then well, you'll have to go back and try again. So to get up this jump, you have to do Amy's hammer jump attack that she gets from getting up to full speed, and I had so much difficulty doing it on screen. I don't know why. She just wouldn't get up to full speed for me, and I was just kind of getting a little bit frustrated for some weird reason. I guess here's a good place to kind of say it. Yeah, I see, that's what I'm talking about right there. She stopped all of a sudden. I kind of like how Amy's... It's kind of funny, I think, that Amy's long hammer makes like an aluminum power bat sound from Backyard Baseball when she hits stuff. But yeah, that was Final Egg. If you're running low on rings for the B mission, you can actually go behind the little area where the balloon is here, and you can grab a bunch of rings from back there. There's like 40 or 50 rings in little capsules there, so just in case.
That was a close one. I saw no sign of your relatives, Birdie. Oh, you escaped from the egg carrier. So maybe your family's still in there. Let's investigate, wanna?
I mean, one of them is still inside of Gamma, if Gamma's story is any indication, but I suppose we could go and try to investigate the egg carrier. I wasn't really sure if that was the door to Final Egg or if that was the door out there, so I was a little bit whatever. But I skipped over that part again and I cut it out because I wanted to cut out Amy's long ladder climb, because there's actually a humongous ass ladder in the jungle there that you have to climb up in order to get back to the minecart. And it took like, I kid you not, it took like 2 minutes for me to climb that ladder like in the game. So I was just like, I'm not even gonna bother leaving that in there.
Go to the egg carrier crash site. You might find something.
Yeah, that sounds suspicious. Dangerously familiar, actually, so... Well, yeah, that's because it's the same one. But now is when Amy's actually supposed to go back to the egg carrier. Did I do that the first time when I was coming in for the side quests? Hit my head on the ceiling with the hammer jump? Whatever. But anyway, we gotta go to the egg carrier to finish out Amy's game. I guess Birdie's gonna go look for his family.
Yay, it's them!
Well, that didn't take very long.
Oh no! Are you okay? You idiot! How could you do this?
Let me tell you what, Zero. You pissed off the wrong hedgehog this day. I mean, her hammer is bigger than she is, dude. Do you seriously want to mess with that? Come on, use some sense. Well, actually, you don't have any sense because you're the only one of Eggman's robots that actually has a battery core. That's Zero's weakness, is his battery core on his head there. What you have to do in this fight is he's invulnerable. Well, not really invulnerable. You can knock him down and stun him with your hammer. Like this, but you have to hit him into the electric fence. You can't touch it yourself or you'll lose rings. And then once you hit him into the electric fence, his battery core will pop open. From there, you just have to hammer his battery core, and then he will get damaged. So do that 3 times, and then you're good to go. I don't think I've seen this attack anywhere on YouTube before, so I guess it's good that I caught it on camera. I had a terrible time dodging it for some odd reason, but whatever. Not a big deal. I managed to get around it anyway. It's probably because Amy's jumping is pretty slow to the command as well, but Zero's pretty easy. 3 hits and he's done for. So let's just look at the explosion, because before the birds weren't looking at the explosion, so now Amy can look at it. Oh great, a piece of shrapnel got glitched onto the camera. And that's the only time we get to see Amy's winning animation, because apparently she doesn't win any other time.
Please wake up, Birdie. Are you okay? Can you fly?
I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Oh god, there go the wings. Mother f...
Whoa! You did it! Now you three can live in peace again. I'm so happy! I'm going to try my best too!
It's a nice happy little ending, especially with the thought of knowing that Gamma was one of those birds.
Just watch me! I'll make that Sonic respect me! And by that time it's gonna be too late!
And that's Amy's game, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to say from here, Sonic Team, you screwed up. Because, man, I actually, I'll be completely honest with you, just looking at this game only, I don't really mind Amy's game all that much. I mean, it's a little bit slow for a Sonic game, but I think it kind of makes up for it in the fact that it's kind of short, and the melee combat is actually pretty fun with Amy. Once you get used to how slowly she moves, it's not really that difficult to kind of figure out, you know, how to use that to your advantage and kind of use the hammer more to move yourself a little bit faster and to get around enemies and everything like that. So it gives you a little bit more of an option, a more in-close option than most Sonic characters are used to. I mean, Knuckles has his whole punching mechanic, but how often do you actually punch stuff in Knuckles' game unless you go out of your way to do that when you can just glide into them or something to that effect, you know? So I like that they kind of made Amy's game a little more melee-oriented, and they kind of gave it like the whole mystery novel, like Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, Mr. You know, Scooby-Doo type of a feel to it, where she's kind of like investigating, and she's got the whole, you know, Go-Go Boots 60s outfit going on in this game. So I kind of like what they did with her story. I think it has, you know, some great potential, and I actually really like her ending because, you know, like I said in Gamma's ending, his ending is very, you know, it's pretty sad. It's uplifting, but it's kind of sad because, you know, the character that you got attached to, you know, sacrificed himself in order to save that bird. Well, in Amy's story, you kind of wrap the whole thing up because in reality, the blue bird, his family is the gray bird and the red bird, well, the pink bird. And at the end of Amy's story, you know, you kind of wrap that whole plot line up, and it's all just neat and tidily wrapped up, and it leaves you with a really satisfied feeling because, you know, you feel like you kind of accomplished something, and it's pretty happy, I think. It's a nice little ending, I think. But the thing that I have the most problem with Amy's game, I don't think it comes directly from this game specifically, because, I mean, you know, I don't really mind it all that much. It's not the greatest thing that I've ever played, but it's still not bad. But I think my greatest fear with Amy's story is that, especially with that one last cutscene where she says that she's going to make Sonic respect her, and for this whole past little part of her story, she's been kind of talking, oh, I'm going to be more independent, and she goes through these levels with, you know, with the bird, and she's helping the bird out. She's not looking for Sonic, she's helping the bird find his family, and I think that's a really cool thing. It kind of gives her a little bit more depth to her character development than just, I'm a mindless stalker chasing Sonic all the time, which is what she mostly is after this. That's my main fear, is that after this game, for some weird reason, they kind of got obsessed with the idea of Amy being Sonic's mindless stalker. She is not playable in Sonic Adventure 2, and she basically takes a back seat to the rest of the characters in order to kind of afford a support role. She's the only character who's with the party in Sonic Adventure 2 a lot and is not playable. And she kind of just, like I said, she kind of becomes like a mindless stalker in that game. I mean, I haven't played that game in a couple of years, but I did play it many, many times. So from my memory, I'm pretty sure that there wasn't any definitive character development parts in Sonic Adventure 2, or any game after Sonic Adventure for that matter, that gave Amy as much of a defined point to her character development as this game does. And I mean, I really have to credit this game for being able to develop Amy, because after this game, it's like they forgot about the fact that she was saying she wanted to become more independent and she wanted to make Sonic respect her, because she ends up just going back to doing what she was doing in the beginning of this game, when she was just like, oh, I wonder what Sonic's doing, I'm gonna go stalk him as soon as I find him. She was clingy in the beginning of this game, and this whole story kind of develops in such a way that she becomes a little more independent, and I really think that's a cool concept. Unfortunately, afterwards, they kind of forget about that, so it's like it means nothing, and I don't understand. Like, what was the point and purpose to that? I really think that, Amy in this game I thought she was a good character, and an independent female character in video games. Back when this game was created, back in the late 90s, that was just starting to hit the mainstream. So, like, most of the female video game characters. Now, this isn't a sexist comment, because this is pretty much from my own experience. Most female video game characters were not given lead roles back in the 90s. There were exceptions, obviously, but there weren't very many of them that were, very popular games. So this game was fairly popular in the late 90s, and I think if they kind of gave Amy a little bit more, they gave her a little more independence in this one, and that helped her a lot. I really like her character in this game because she gets a little more independent through this whole thing. But after this, she kind of becomes less independent, and I think if she had stayed as independent and capable of handling herself in later Sonic installments, it would have solidified her as a pretty well-developed character. So I don't know what their problem was with that, but that was Amy's game, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was pretty short. It was probably about as long as Big's game, and not too much to it other than a little bit more melee combat than most Sonic games. So it wasn't too bad. It's probably one of my least favorite stories in the game, but it's not too bad after, it takes a little bit getting used to. That's all. But yep, that's all for Amy's game. We've got one more character to finish, and that would be Sonic himself. So we'll get started on that in the next episode of Sonic Adventure DX. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Take care.